Hi guys, it's me and the boys. We're here and it's Sunday. You know, it's a hot day outside. Have a tendency to stay inside some and go to the pool and just back and forth, back and forth. Well, they want a little sweetness. So they're wanting ice cream. Okay. I got a quick and easy way to make ice cream. You can make it fast, you can make it good, and it's healthy. It's vegan, okay? And you're gonna say, oh, vegan ice cream, how can it taste? The boys love it, okay? And it's real fast. And there's a couple different ways you can do it, and I'll explain those. But what it amounts to is, you have, firstly, you have coconut milk. Secondly, you need to freeze bananas. Remove the skin, put the inside of the banana into a bag, freezer bag, and put it in your freezer. Third, whatever type of fruit you want it to taste like. The boys are partial to cherry. We'll explain that here in a minute. Then coconut water to thin it out a little bit. Third, you're going to use either a cane sugar or you can use a coconut sugar to help sweeten it up a little bit, depending on the fruit that you use. Okay. Now let's go into the fruits real quick. First of all, a fruit like cherries is not year-round. So basically, you have to get frozen fruit periodically. Okay. Well, the frozen fruit isn't as sweet as fresh fruit the majority of the time. So that's where you would use your sugars. Now, I try to stay away from canned fruits as much as possible, but one of my boys loves lychee or lychee, depending on how you want to say it. And with those, it has a lot of sweetness to it, but it also has sugar water that's in with it. Okay, and I try to stay away from the sugar waters or the syrups as much, but man, it's really good. So I add a little bit of that instead of coconut milk, and remove some of the sugars that I use. And so we'll go through it real quick, okay? Firstly, with the coconut milk, it's canned coconut milk. You're going to take, and you can do it a couple different ways. If you want it done really, really fast, to where you can do it and eat it right then, you'll need to freeze the coconut milk ahead of time. You need to use something like Rubbermaid. Something thick, something plastic. And you'll fill it about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch in the bottom. Put the lid on and put it in the freezer. Once it's frozen, it comes out. Well, it's a little tough to get out of it. That's where you can use something like this and just hit it one good time. It'll shatter it. It'll all be in pieces. If it's more liquidy, you can use blenders, right? I personally use a food processor, okay? That has a tendency to cut everything up good. And where the problem lies is the frozen bananas, okay? And if you do the coconut milk, it's a little bit tougher to get it all broke down real good. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just leave the coconut milk, just leave it in liquid form. I won't freeze it at all. I'll use it as part of my liquid base and do frozen bananas. Now the bananas, like I told you earlier, I put into a freezer bag and put them in the freezer. Now, when you do this, if you wait until the bananas are spotty a lot of spots on them. What happens is they get much sweeter. Remove them from the skin, put them in there. They'll be a little darker than this. In some cases, a lot darker than this. These I didn't want as much of the banana, possibility of banana flavoring. So I just took and pulled them out a little early. There were a few spots, but not that many. All right, now we're going to be using the food processor. Okay, now turn it on. It's just banana in there. What I'm doing is breaking it down. I've got it not completely broke down, but it's broke down a lot. Now what I'm going to do, I've got 2 bananas in here. With 2 bananas, I'm going to add about 1/4 of a cup to 1/3 of a cup of coconut milk. This is what's going to make it nice and creamy and more like ice cream. Give it a good stir just before I do. All right. With that done, I'm going to go ahead and pull this back over here. Now I'm not using a huge food processor. The reason why I'm using a smaller one is because it's just going to be ice cream for the boys. I don't need this huge one and store away. Now if you notice it's thinning out better, but I still have this buildup. The chunks start to get together. What I'm going to do, see it's thick already. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more of the coconut milk to make it a little creamier. And then, once that's done, we're going to add the cherries, because they want cherry. Alright guys, so now we're going to add the fruit, which in this case is going to be cherries. Add a nice bunch of them. Now, and I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of the cane sugar. Now, I know you guys have been asking about exact amounts, and I apologize, but when it comes to the sweetness and the amount of sugar and cream, that realistically, that's up for you to decide. I can give you a base, but you have to decide what's best for you and best for your family, and what tastes best to you, okay? Again, it is a vegan ice cream. They're all fruits. And it's up to you on what you want to, the sweetness you want. Now let's go ahead and mix this up real quick. And with the fruits, you can make it as chunky or smooth as you want also. thick, but not super thick. Still have little pieces in there. Look at here, it'll come off. All right, let's give it a bite. So it's nice and smooth and creamy. Takes about, if you have everything ready, takes about 5 minutes. Now again, you can use it where the coconut milk is frozen or as a liquid. This time, I did it as a liquid. You can add more fruit to make it the ice cream more hard, more dense. There's a lot of different ways to do it. It's all up to you. I'll give you a base, you go from there. The amount of sugar that I used in this one, maybe 3 tablespoons. And that's 3 tablespoons of sugar for 2 large and 1 small serving of ice cream. You know, and it's vegan, it's good, and the kids love it. Get out there and try something new. Y'all have a good day. Bye.